My name is Nick Bear, and today I'll be talking to you about the star cluster of Hades. First, some introduction. We were assigned a project where we had to find different things out about a star cluster. We were assigned the star cluster of Hades. So astronomy, they consider star clusters to be grouped together. Stars in this cluster are supposed to be all born at the same time. We took different things out about the cluster and we put them into an HR diagram. And different things you'll find in an HR diagram. You're going to find 4 different kinds of stars. You'll find main sequence, white dwarfs, red giants, and supergiants. Main sequence, they fuse hydrogen atoms to form a helium atom core. They're the most common type of star. The next thing you find is white dwarfs, composed mostly of electronic degenerate matter. Their mass is comparable to the sun and their volume is comparable to the Earth. Red giant, hydrogen fusion in the shell outside of the helium shell, carbon oxygen core. They're more luminous than the sun is. The last thing you'll find is supergiants, made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. They're the largest stars in the universe. They can be thousands of times bigger than the sun and can be 100 times more massive. The last thing you're going to find is the turn-off point you're going to find in the HR diagram, which we had to find. Some more things we had to find for the project. We had to find how far the cluster was and how old the cluster was. The picture I used there is from earthsky.org. Some different things that we had to do to find this information. We used a program called Project Clean. We opened it up, it's right there. We opened it up and we had to locate the cluster of Hades. After we did, the first thing we had to do, we had to find a sky reading for the cluster. After we found the sky reading, we used different filters to find the amount of blue and yellow light that was being emitted. Pictures from public.gettysburg.edu. After we opened it up and located it and did the sky reading, we did 50 star readings. We broke them up between me and my partner, 25 each. After we did them, we ended up putting them into an Excel spreadsheet, which calculated a graph, which you'll see on the next slide, with different information. Then later on, we used equations to find the age, distance, and mass, which you'll see later on. That picture is also from earthsky.org. This is the graph that I was mentioning that we got after we put it in Excel. This was just the first 14 that we did. This is our actual HR diagram. Some of the things that we talked about before, the bold red line is the turn-off point, and this here is the main sequence. The turn-off point for us was kind of hard to place because the stars were more spread out than all the other clusters. There wasn't a big buildup of stars at one point that kind of gave away the turn-off point. We placed the turn-off point at 0.40 because that is where we believe that the cluster, that's where the main sequence stars left and became the other 3 types of stars. We go back here. We think that these stars here, the kind of outliers, needles down here, are composed of different kind of materials. We came to the conclusion, we believe that these stars down here are actually white dwarfs. That picture is from astronomy.com. We ended up finding the distance to be 39.8 parsecs using this equation here. We took data that we used. We found on the Excel spreadsheet to get that. And we found the age to be 4.2 billion years old. We did that using data off the spreadsheet also. We used this equation to do it. We kept kind of getting different answers, so we kind of got together and we ended up getting something that was like 4.18 or something, so it was close to 4.2 billion. The mass was given to us after we put all the data into the Excel spreadsheet. It was calculated for us. And as we mentioned earlier, the turn-off point was this, which was kind of hard to locate for us. We had to go ask for help a couple times because we didn't know what to do. We had to go back and redo it, and we got the same thing again. So we ended up just going with that. And those are all mine.